All right, all right, all right. In the words of Matthew McConaughey, so, I sent my e-newsletter out this morning, and but I didn't send you the beta test code. I sent you the usual e-newsletter 10%. So instead, because the link I've sent you it automatically deducts the 10%. So whichever of these you choose, you can see it takes the price down and takes off that 10%. So you can see the discount that you get. You can see the public price, and then you see your price. So what you're going to do is overtype the ENL10, and you're going to put in the code beta50 that I've just sent to you. And that's for people who are kind of booking early and you want to beta test the done with you. So let's just take a stroll up through this. And yeah, if you're so with all of this, with the lifetime members, you get 25%. E-newsletter subscribers, you get 10% when I pre-launch something. Abundance Academy members, you get 15%. However, the 50% off beta test cancels all those out. So rather than 25, you'll get 50, rather than 10, you'll get 50, rather than 15%, you get 50. Hope that's clear. Right. Okay. So let's go back to the top and just show you what this is all about. So this is the done with you or done for you system and packages, where for those of you who want to create webinars and workshops, but you've just been overwhelmed either with knowing where to start, what to include, how to get your ideas out of your head, how to put them in order, or terrified of the technology piece in terms of, right, okay, it's all very well having your material, but what the heck are you going to do when it comes to running the webinar, the technology, handling the questions, doing the Q&A, actually showing up, knowing what to press, running your PowerPoint slides, changing between slides, videos, etc. You don't have to worry about any of that, because with both of these, the done with you and the done for you, if you're doing the monthly package, I will actually run the webinar for you in the background. Now with some, the preferences, I'm also there kind of co-hosting and helping them along and answering the questions and fielding the Q&A, so they can just turn up and do what they do best, which is deliver their material and expertise. So if that's something that you've been thinking about doing, then I would say this is definitely for you. So this is one of the people that I worked with recently. They have been in their field for 20 years and hadn't ever run a group workshop or an online group workshop. And within 6 weeks, we had not only put the first webinar together, but I'd launched it, marketed it for them because it was something that was relevant to my list. That is not always going to be the case. And then got it out into the world, and we ran it and then recorded it and all of that within 6 weeks. So 20 years they've been in their field, haven't done a workshop. Within 6 weeks, we had the first webinar done, and it was a revenue generating webinar for them. The webinar itself was run for free, but they got direct revenue as a result of that. So this is what they've said if you're on a device and you can't read what it says here. So it says, "I'm blown away by my experience with you. I feel so well supported by you, Marilyn. Thank you for that. You really are the best. Thank you for so many things. Your trust to introduce me to the people who trust you deeply, for your time and expertise that went into producing the amazing live stream production, the quality of the promotional material, out of this world amazing, and the shorts that you've produced following the live stream. Wow, you're immensely talented, giving you so much gratitude for helping to launch me into the world. I've had 14 people reach out to me for sessions or classes. Thank you for that too." So that was the done for you client, where I basically did the heavy lifting. So help them get their ideas in order, help them to put those ideas into a sequence, did all the promotional materials for them, recorded a video for them. From that, I then created clips. I also created other small promo videos outside of that, created some of the posters, set up the webinar platform, set up the webinar funnel to remind people to show up, etc., etc., did the marketing for that, and then ran the workshop on the day for them. And I also produced their PowerPoint slides for them as well. As I said, that was the done for you, which, as you can tell, is a lot of work on my part, very time intensive. So there's only 1 or 2 of those spots available, depending on when people wanted to get started. And that's why I'm now looking at also the done with you version, where I don't do all of that heavy lifting. The onus for some of what I've just said comes down to you, but I will, there are certain, and that's what I want to test out, because I have broken it down in terms of what I think would be reasonably included in the done with you and how we kind of split that. But I just want to now test that out. So this time round, I'll be checking to see if there are things that I've included that I'm like, that's too much, and that's more for the done for you, and that they will therefore, after I beta tested, be taken out. Or there might be things as we get started, I'm thinking, actually, I need to include that. So I'll then test it, include it, see how long it takes in terms of time, my resource, etc. So if you want to beta test, as I said, it's 50% off. I didn't include it in the last email. Sorry about that, because I don't like to send 2 emails in the same day. I know people get a bit shirty about that sort of thing. And this is a nutshell what's included. So it's a comprehensive package. Imagine you buy a piece of software, let's say it's got everything in it that you need, and you basically just plug and play. That's the way I'm thinking about, particularly with the done for you, but still a lot included in the done with you. You'll be tapping into 35 really plus years of experience and expertise. I've been in the event management, event production, workshop creation, workshop design field since 1988. So that's a long time, 35 years. My very first industrial placement when I did my business studies degree, I worked for ICL at their training centre in Beaumont in Old Windsor. I worked with a lovely lady called Joan, and we used to produce all of their conferences, in-house materials, and also design workshops for clients that were going to use the facility. Such a beautiful space. I don't know if it's still there in its current guise is, but it was basically like a big country mansion set in acres of greenery, and it was a really fantastic training centre. So that was my industrial placement job. I've also been an event manager over the years. People like Chris Howard, the late Kerwin Ray, I was an event manager for them. I was also a conference manager for an organisation called Centaur Publishing. So they publish Marketing Week, Money Marketing, The Lawyer, etc. But they had a conference division to support the magazines. And that was one of my first jobs out of university, well, second job out of university. And of course, I've been designing and delivering my own events for the last 25 years. And I've also been a management consultant, corporate trainer, mainly in central and local government. So designing and developing leadership development training. And I've been running my own online events since 2005. So I started off with teleseminars, which was by telephone because we didn't have all the fancy tech that we have now. So I've really been pioneering in that field for several decades as well. And of course, as I said, 35 years plus, because even when I was, 15, 16 years old, I was using technology that was brand new in the jobs that I did and the places that I worked, so was around when the PC was designed. I used to be a telex operator. Some of you don't even know what a telex machine is. And started off with a LIFO printer at university when I did my secretarial diploma. So yeah, blending the two has been my thing for pretty much my whole working life since I was 15 years old. And I'm now in my 50s. Right, so results in record time. As I said, client had been working in their field for 20 years, never run a workshop in this format before, and it was done, delivered, and monetize within 6 weeks. Now, not everybody's going to monetize. I'm not making any financial claims. I'm not making any revenue claims. It just so happens that what happened for that particular client. Results will vary. It will, of course, depend on who you are, what you're doing, what your reach is, what you're offering, etc. But that's just to give you a sense of what can be achieved. I'm also going to say it's a really refreshing approach because, I don't know about you, but I'm sure many of us have signed up for workshops in the past, and despite best intentions, you didn't implement the information, or perhaps you didn't even finish, going through the course material. So this is different. There's no dilly-dallying around. It's like, what are you doing? What are you presenting? What's your material? Let's go. And we take this thing from start to finish, which is why I say it's a comprehensive package. It's like buying, something off the shelf. It's like plug and play. There's also the option for the evergreen product creation. So at the end of your webinar or workshop, because it's online, I mean, you can, of course, translate what you create and you can run it in person. That's not something I'll be involved in, but you could take it and do that. But with the online, you get an MP4 copy of your webinar. So you could turn that into an evergreen for future revenue generation if it's a paid workshop. And with the client I've just been speaking about, we ran one free workshop, an intro, and then gosh, I think we're on to the third paid workshop now. So it wasn't all about just free stuff. Yes, they did get the 14 clients from the free workshop, but we also then created paid workshops as well. And then you can continue to use that in what you call evergreen. So future people can watch the recording and purchase the recording if they weren't there live. Or if it is something you're producing for free, that can become a lead magnet that gets people into your own funnel, onto your list. And yeah, I would say release the stress and the overwhelm rather than struggling alone and maybe using the caffeine to prop yourself up. Join me for a cup of virtual herbal tea and share the heavy lifting and, get those ideas out of your head onto paper and out into the world. Because, so there's a quick video here which will just take you through some of what's included. So the drill, just press play if you've been dreaming of
webinar, online events, but been overwhelmed, almost kind of frozen at the thought of doing it all yourself, handling the technology, bringing your ideas to life. Or maybe you've got the ideas but they're just scrambled. Now is the time to start to defrost and bring those ideas to life, let go of the stress and anxiety associated with that, and unleash your creative potential. Go from pulling your hair out, trying to figure it all out yourself, to having it done with you or done for you with the new Transformations limited edition service. This is a dream come true, done for you. It's a game changer. You can go from idea to finished product within weeks. The done for you includes about 20 different things, but overall, course design consultancy, idea generation and dissemination, workshop and webinar landing page setup, creation of your PowerPoint slides, running the webinar for you, handling all the technology in the background, confidence and mindset coaching if you need it, an MP3 of your event so you can take it evergreen. It means you just need to show up, do your thing, and everything else is done for you. You also get to tap into 35 years of experience in event management, workshop design and development with Marilyn, the Neuro Success Coach, multidisciplinary therapist. If you want to learn more about this incredible service, you can find it on the Done For You, Done With You page. The URL is a mouthful. Go to my main website, transformationstm.com. Click on the red Watch New button. When you land on the page, a panel will slide out and you'll find the information. It is truly exclusive, restricted, limited, because it's a bespoke one-to-one service. It's also a global opportunity. So if you would like to sign up, get that into action now. And it will be an absolute pleasure to work with you. I can only take one or two people at a time because it is as it sounds. And if you want to learn more about the Transformation Taster, where you get an overview of what's included, plus some of the new stuff that is coming on stream, then that information is there for you as well. Right, so I'll stop that there. You can watch the rest of it. It's only 4 minutes. And so with regards to the Done For You, I've costed that out. And in terms of what it was into the 2-month package, if I did it, if you were somebody who was booking me on a per hour basis, it would be £9,350. It's like, whoa, I think that's a little bit much. It's not a little bit much, that's really what it is in terms of time. But with this one, you get the savings there, 6,353, as I've worked it out. So it's 2,997. So that's however, that's a 2-month package in terms of the Done With You. So
There we go. So add your coupon code in, and yeah, oh, actually, no, got to change that. Sorry, that should be the done for you. Anyway, I'll go back and check that. But that's where you, so put your coupon code in there. And it will then take 50% off if you want to beta test the Done With You package. Oh no, that's right, actually, I'm looking at it correctly. Yeah, no, I'm not. Anyway, I'll sort that out. I'll change that. But that's where you put your coupon code. So in a nutshell, if you've got any questions, if you've got any queries, let me know. And the page I'm on at the moment is marylyndevonish.thrivecart.com/done-for-with you-packages. Bit of a mouthful, but the link will be somewhere around this video. And if you're on the Dub site, then I'll add a button underneath that you just press and it takes you through to this page. But for those of you on my e-newsletter list, I'm just about to resend it with the beta test code for 50% off, because I want to be documenting as I go. And as I said, seeing what I've already put together what's included, what's not. But as I said, I now want to beta test that in real life, having gone through the whole thing with the Done For You. I now want to test that out. Right. I shall leave it there. I am Marilyn Devonish, the Neuro Success Coach, Rapid Transformation Specialist, Futurist, and Workshop Creator and Facilitator from transformationstm.com. So for those of you who have been thinking about, wishing, meaning to, had best intentions, for whatever reason you just haven't gotten around to it, I very much look forward to working with you. And you also might be in the place and the space where you have run workshops, events before, you got something else that you want to put out into the world, and if you found it challenging, difficult, or you actually just want to save yourself some time because you've got other things that you want to be doing, then I would say this is definitely for you. And for me, I'm going to say, coaches, therapists, trainers, consultants, authors, perfect in that sort of realm and field. And the whole idea behind this is your role. You show up, deliver what you're brilliant at doing, and depending on the package that you choose, you leave the rest or a large majority of that to me. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And if you know someone who could benefit from this service, perhaps it's not something that you are interested in doing, but you may know someone who could benefit from it and you think they'll be a good fit. If you know the way that I work and all the rest of it, then please feel free to pass these details to them or recommend them, give them my details. And that would be absolutely amazing, because there are just too many people in the world with great information to share. The world is waiting for much of what people are sitting on and cogitating on and procrastinating on and mulling over. And really now is the time to bring that forth, because time waits for no man or woman. And when you get to a certain age, I think that becomes ever more prevalent. So yeah, look forward to working with you if this is a good fit for you. Marilyn Devonish, over and out.